Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the AI Bot Masterclass. I am so excited for this. I'm going to give us a couple minutes to let people join. We have our expert guests coming in, Andrew and Steffi. I'll introduce them in a little bit. I'm so excited you could all make it today. This is going to be a really fun conversation. I've been wanting to have this conversation for months. And I've been talking to Andrew and stuff about coming on to talk AI and how we can use it as photographers, specifically in our marketing, to market smarter, not harder. Because we all know that we as photographers, we want to be photographing people. That's what we want to be doing, not marketing all day. That's our zone of genius. Oh, it's so good to see so many of you. Hello, Jacqueline. Hi, Renata. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Kaylee. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Danny. Thanks for making it and joining us. Hello, Virginia. Hello, Jenny. Cheryl. Hello, AI meeting notes. I love it. Hello, Yvette. Hello, Jenny, Orphe. Hello, welcome. I'm going to give us another minute or two to let everyone hop in here. Hey, Paige. So excited for all of you to be here. Ooh, Paige, you're going to love this chat because I know you do a lot of content with your YouTube. Hello, Wes, and your education. Welcome, everyone. Okay, now that we got everyone here, can you introduce yourself in the chat? Some of you know each other from my community, some of you don't, just where you're coming from. Andrew and Steph, you can type too. I know we're going to do an introduction for you guys, but let's get the chat going. Where are you located? And I would love for you to start thinking about or sharing in the chat if you have any questions around AI, anything you maybe want us to cover today. Andrew and Steph can help us. They're experts at this, very experienced. Hey, Sandy, if there's anything you guys want to cover or are most excited to talk about with AI, let us know in the chat. What are you dying to know or have more clarity in with the AI? Hey, Emma. Hello, Julia. Welcome. Okay. Looks like most of us are in, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this is very special to me. Andrew and Steph are not only, fellow entrepreneurs I trust, I refer clients to, I've hired to help me with my own marketing and education and building a course. And I've done some of Steph's masterminds and coaching. But they're also my best friends. I love them. And so I talked them into coming on today, even though I know they're very busy with their clients and, ruling the world over there at Brand Builder Pros, which is their company. But I want to read their bios for you so you can learn a little bit more about them. So Andrew is a brand building expert who helps entrepreneurs turn their expertise into profitable online businesses. He built a seven-figure software company in his 20s and has generated millions of revenue from his online projects. He's an early adopter of AI, so I thought of him first, for this masterclass because he was the affiliate manager at Copy AI, and he helped grow the company to over 10 million users in just 10 years, or 2 years, 10 million in 2 years. And today, Andrew and Steph, they leverage AI in their marketing agency, Brand Builder Pros. They serve clients ranging from solo entrepreneurs to small businesses, whether you're just starting out or looking to scale. Andrew has shortcuts and hacks that will help you build a world-class online brand that attracts more clients, increases your income, and gives you more freedom. I know you guys had your Freedom Lane brand for a while because their last name is Lane, so they had the Freedom Lane, and that's when you guys were traveling. Not traveling entrepreneurs. What's the word? Nomads, digital nomads. Mm-hmm. You guys were for a few years. And then there's Steffi, who I'm so happy we got on today because originally it was just going to be Andrew, and I talked Steffi into coming on too. She is the co-owner of Brand Builder Pros, the marketing agency, but she also has a podcast called Magnetic Online Leaders Podcast. Can you drop your podcast link in the chat, Steffi?
Yeah, I can do
So
that.
everyone can follow your podcast. It's amazing. I'm loving it. And you have over a decade of digital marketing experience working with ambitious women entrepreneurs. Your unique approach guides clients to tap into their innate strengths, creating thriving and joyful businesses. You guys are both based in Austin, Texas, originally from San Diego, but you decided to leave me and go to Austin. It's fine, you'll be back. And you have led over 300 women to remarkable business growth in your career. You have over 100,000 YouTube views on your videos, and you were featured in Shape magazine, which I love. And now, like, your mission is really to show entrepreneurs how to align success with their highest joy in their business, creating businesses that are not only profitable, but also bring depth, freedom, and beauty to their lives. And you are such an embodiment of that with your coaching and the way you show up. So excited to have you both here. Thanks for your official bios.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
I
Hello,
want to
hello.
I want to just point out that some of the people in this group,
Mhm.
a lot of the people in this group have taken my Confident Brand Photographer course, and that was created thanks to you both encouraging me and guiding me and coaching me. You helped me create and launch that course, and that's what you do for your clients now. So thank you, because that's why a lot of you are here, why you've like stuck in this community. And if you have done that course, let us know in the chat. Because I'm just so grateful that you both helped me create that.
Of course. Of course. It was on the beaches of Tulum that we decided, you know what? It's time for you to do your course.
Were we in Tulum? Oh, we were.
Yeah, it was right after you got married.
Okay. Because I remember the first conversation about starting my community and education was in Palm Springs, where you guys were living in Palm Springs for a while, and we started talking about there. Okay, but we officially decided at my wedding. Got it.
Yes, I think it was after your wedding or before your wedding. We were on the beaches of the Tulum, and you're just like, I just have to do it. I have to go for it. We're like,
Yeah.
yes, go for it.
And like one thing I want to point out about you both is like you're both such empowering educators and leaders because you break down big concepts like creating a course, using AI, marketing in all the places, you make it more simple. And that's something I really needed because tech can be a headache for me.
Mhm.
Me and tech are just we have an interesting relationship. So I just wanted and just the confidence piece. You both just the confidence piece you ignite in your clients and me. Thank you for that. Okay, I could talk about you guys all day, but I know we all want to dive into AI. So let me start here, Andrew. I would love to know how did you get just a brief um story of how you got into
Mhm.
AI and how you really utilize it with your clients at Brand Builder Pros now.
Yeah, it started when we had a handful of clients. We were helping them with their content marketing, doing like a weekly video, and then trying to turn that into social media posts, email newsletters. And it was such a difficult thing. I'm more of a visual designer, so I like the visual side of things, probably like the photographers here. And I
Mhm.
was actually a semi-pro photographer for a while, but went down the like web design and digital marketing path. But I like the visual side of things. I did not like writing. So it was during that time when I was like doing all this research to try to find the best tools to make my life easier and try to give our clients more value. And that's right when AI started popping up. And I got really excited about it. So this was in early 2021. I think it was right when it started to get good enough to where like you could like get one good result out of like every 10 times you typed in something in AI. And I just got obsessed with it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think for me, the magic was like, no one really knows what's going on with this technology. There's not like one right answer. It can do whatever you get out of it. So I just became kind of obsessed with trying to get the AI to do what I wanted. And eventually I got really good at it, was using it for our clients. And it was terrible back then, but compared to now. But I was sharing it with my audience, ended up working with a startup, and they were like the top AI startup at the time. And we ended up, I joined up with them and helped them sell it and teach people how to use it. So for a few years, I was able to like work with this startup and do their like marketing, their education, and run their affiliate program. So I got to see, they were a funded startup. They had a team of like some of the best AI people in the world at the time, and I got to see what was going on behind the scenes. And what I found out is they're not that much better than me in the sense that like no one has the skill to use AI yet. It just comes down to your interest in it. Like, are you going to spend the time to figure out how it works? And what you get out of it is comes down to your own abilities. And it's more of just a basic communication skills. It's not like programming or coding, but anyone can do this. If you can talk to the AI, you can get it to do incredible things. And I just want more people to understand that because we're still in the early days, and it's so much more fun when you get the hang of it and you start to get the AI to work for you and really understand like what it's capable of.
I love that. It's all about how you use it. And I know that's true, and I know I'm not using it the way I could be. I know it. I know I could be using it better, putting the right prompts in, things you're going to talk about today to get more out of it and make, use it even better. So I'm curious of everyone who's here. We do have some questions coming in, or I guess not questions, but people sharing where they're from. La Jolla, Wales, UK. Love it. Liverpool. Love it. Love it. Northern California. I hope you're okay, Yvette, with the fires going on up there. So I'm curious, everybody in the chat, if you can let me know in the chat, have you used AI? Like, what is your experience with AI? Do you use it? Have you used it a handful of times? Do you use it every day? Do you use it weekly? Ooh, a lot of people are using it all the time. I love it.
I'm curious on a scale of 1 to 10, how
Mm.
confident are you in your skills and ability to get what you want out of it?
Hmm. So 1 being
Terrified of
not
it.
confident, 10 being confident.
Yeah, yeah. I got some eights, nines. Good. I
Nice.
got some savvy AI people in here.
Oh, look at this.
We may have to
Meg,
go
you
a little
might
more
have a more
advanced, Meg.
advanced group than you.
I know, I love it. Hey, let's go. I mean, I
Sevens,
told
eights,
them like
nines.
most of you would be beginners, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just me.
These people are confident. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, I've
Okay.
got so much to show you guys today. So
So do you
let's
want
have
to
some
dive
fun.
in, Andrew, or do you want to start with like if you're brand new to AI, like where do I start? Where would I start if I want to
Yeah.
use AI? Specifically, we're talking about creating marketing content for our photography business.
Yeah. Why don't I let me show my screen and I can get into some really good stuff that I have for you guys today. And we can do we'll go through the basics, but I'm also going to show you some more like advanced things and
Yeah,
just ways that I'm using it. I'm going to show more than tell today because I think just seeing it's going to make
totally.
it really real for you guys. And we could do stuff for your brand, Meg, and just like go through some fun workshop stuff.
Perfect. So you can go ahead and pull that up. Andrew has some stuff to show us. Steph, how do you use AI right now for your brand and business? I'm curious.
One sec, Meg. I can't show my screen yet.
Oh, can you make
Oh,
Andrew co-host?
my bad.
And the way that I use AI for my business is Instagram captions, YouTube descriptions, YouTube hashtags. For my podcast, I help brainstorm. I create my checklists. I get a lot of anxiety on Sunday nights. I don't know, maybe a lot of people can resonate. I get a lot of anxiety on Sunday nights, so I tend to just talk. We'll talk about this like my strategy, but I let AI help out with my to-do list.
Oh, tell me more, girl. Tell me more.
Yeah,
I
I'll
need
tell you
that.
more. I'll tell you more. We'll get to it. I'll let Andrew take over.
Okay. I do want to talk about that at some point, how AI can help with
Yeah.
your to-do list. I want to hear more from Steph after we go through
Yeah.
the
That's, I think,
marketing.
tip number 2 on here. So we can get into some of
Okay.
these like basic tips and just a little teaser. I'll show you all some things that I'm doing for my business.
Hey,
And
Andrew, and it
this,
looks like most of the crowd is pretty well versed, so you can show the advanced stuff that you
yeah,
weren't going
yeah.
to show.
I'm going to
Paige
tease some
wants
things.
the advanced stuff. Yes, girl. Give it to us.
This is like advanced. When you get to a point where like you have all these tasks in your business that you just want to not have to think about again,
Mhm.
this is what I do is I create my library of prompts. And if you guys want this, I'll show you at the end how to get access to this. These are like pretty premium, so it's not going to be like really cheap, but this is the stuff we use in our business. And I'll demo some of this today so you can get a feel for it. And I'm also going to give you a breakdown of my thinking behind it. So if you want to do this for your own business, you'll get some advanced tips today.
And then what are you organizing this in?
This is Notion here.
So this is just your own project management tool, whatever tool we use, we could organize it in there.
Yeah, I mean, I like if you do your own thing, you could do whatever you want. If you end up we give our like clients access to this. So it would just be a
Mhm.
link to this because I keep it all updated on my end.
Perfect.
But yeah, let's get through a couple things and then we'll go into some fun
Yeah, I
stuff
would
and
love
I'll do
to
some
know.
demos.
Okay.
This document, Meg, if you want to share this, I guess at the end we'll share this.
Yeah.
You're all going to get this document, so you don't have to
You
take
can
too many notes.
also drop it if you want now, but in the chat so people can make sure they save it if they
I'll
can.
put it in the chat. You guys
Yeah.
continue.
And then we'll share it
Come
again
on,
at the
guys.
end.
Rule 101, make
I'm
them wait till
messing
the
up.
end so they stick around. No,
Okay,
I'm just
we're
kidding.
not sharing it yet, guys.
we
No,
could
we're
we
not
could
sharing
share
it
it.
yet. You gotta
As
go
long as
through
you
the
promise to
whole
stick around.
masterclass. We'll share it at the end. I'm already messing up.
All right. So, and there's also a free resource in here as well when you get this 100 content formulas. And I've got a like really killer basic little course here that's like 19 bucks right now. So some awesome low cost resources. The other stuff is more like a little bit more pricey, but still going to save you so much time and money. Tools, and real quick, the ones we're going to cover, I'm going to demo some of these today. Claude AI, ChatGPT, the two big ones, obviously. Some other fun ones we could play around with later. Gamma AI, or it's called Gamma App. Descript's a good one. I use Podia to run my business. Opus Clip, Notion is what I'm using to store all that data. Loom. Those are just a few. I'm curious, any of you guys using those tools yet? Love to see if you're already using, I'm sure, ChatGPT, maybe Claude. I would imagine some of
What
you
is
are
the difference
playing.
between Claude and ChatGPT, Andrew?
Very similar, but right now it really comes down to the models. So there are different companies building different AI models. And right now, Claude has like the smartest model. And it's
Mhm.
actually better at, I find it to be better at writing more content that you're going to share publicly. So it's better at getting your tone and voice down. Where
Mhm.
ChatGPT has lots of great bells and whistles that I love as well. And it honestly, it's a race right now. So they're kind of getting better every week. So it could change at any point. So I use both of them. Either one's got their pros and cons. But like for 20 bucks a month or even the free versions of them, you really can't go wrong. And if you're not using AI, which it looks like that's not our crowd, so it's gonna have to, thought I might have to convince some of you. So Meg, this is for you. Just start using it more. And do you ever read Seth Godin? Big fan?
Just for me, guys. It's just for me, for the beginner over here.
Yeah, I mean, this is
This
like
is
no
great.
joke. This is the biggest thing and like the biggest shift in humanity. I think it's the greatest technology we've ever had access to. The fact that we have it at our fingertips, let's not take that for granted. This is just insane what it can do for you. And it's getting better at almost an exponential rate. What that means for the future of humanity, I don't know. But for now, I'm going to try to have a good time and make my life easier.
You had me at Seth Godin. I'm a fan.
Yeah, he said it's a bigger change than the internet. If you're not using it for at least a half an hour a day, then you don't understand. So you need to put it on your calendar and start using it more.
Awesome.
And this is
How
like the
would I,
projections. It's
yeah,
nuts.
okay. I want to
Okay.
know how to optimize my blog posts.
Okay. Let's get into that. So first off,
This
one
is
thing
my
to
favorite tip.
understand. Yeah. And I'm going to preface this with, if you just wanted to write stuff for you, it has this huge data set of knowledge and it'll write whatever you want. It's like if you walk up to someone on the street who's super smart, you tell them to write something, they'll do it, but they don't know anything about you and your business. So what you need to do, the habit shift you need to change right now is to start to get everything out of your head transcribed. And the way I love to do that is using this, built into ChatGPT. You can do this basically, I think it's for free even. You can just talk to it and it transcribes the whole conversation. And the key here is that you need to give the AI better raw data if you want it to write the kind of content that you're looking for. So it can study like your talking style, it can analyze your transcripts, and it can learn how you talk and write. And it can also grab those insights that are in your head if you get them out of your head. And now it's going to actually become an assistant. So you have to get in the habit of recording as much as you can. I do this with like every client meeting. We get all this data and your YouTube videos, Meg, podcasts that
Yeah.
you're doing.
So I was going to say, this is my flow of going in my notes in my iPhone and just like pushing the voice button and talking like this when I have an idea. So you're saying I should just be doing this in the app.
100%.
Okay. Does it
And
save
there's
all the notes? Because I like want to save all my notes. That's why I do it in my iNotes. Will it save all these voice notes? for
Yeah,
me?
it's all transcribed, just like a text conversation.
Hmm.
And there's two ways to do it. You can just talk into it. Like there's two buttons on your phone. One could just be, it'll just record you talking. And I do up to like 10 minutes. I've gone past 10 minutes of talking and then it kind of like deleted it by accident. So I try to keep it under like 5 minutes and then I'll stop, but just get it to transcribe everything. Or you can have that back and forth conversation where it can ask you questions and help you elaborate. But all of that gets loaded into your ChatGPT account, just like any other chat.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Go for
So
it.
I've been using ChatGPT, but I know we're talking about creating your AI bot, which is your ChatGPT, whatever you're using,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I had to like, do I need to create a little profile in ChatGPT? I mean, I can tell it's already remembering things about me and my brand from how I've used
Hmm.
it. So I don't need to do anything else, right?
Yeah, it's getting smarter. There's a memory feature they added recently that starts to remember things. So through these kind of conversations, you could just tell it, "Hey, I want you to learn everything about me and my business. Ask me questions." You can just have it. It's getting to a point now where it will just start asking you what it needs to know.
Perfect. So there's nothing else I need to do. I just need to start talking, typing, using it, putting in the right prompts.
That's the basic like starting point. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's if nothing else, start doing that and you'll see better results quickly. And
Perfect.
Steph, you use this for, you know, on your walks and things. So maybe just share real quick how you're using this feature.
Yeah. So make sure you get the right Chat GPT app. I got the wrong one. There's a lot of copycats. So make sure you get the right one, Open AI. And what I do is I'm a very verbal processor. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. And what I like to do is I go to my bot, which we'll get to in a second. I go to my bot and I say, hey, I'm going to brainstorm a new podcast episode. I'm thinking about talking about this topic. Give me some ideas. And I'm just able to process things and get some ideas, get some resources. So the walk actually feels very productive. Obviously, it's, you're supposed to do it for mental health, but it's also a way for me just to get ideas that are flowing. Because I know majority of us don't get our ideas staring in front of a computer. So yeah.
Yeah. And for example, like the benefit of getting everything transcribed, like this whole thing I made today in like 30 or 40 minutes. And it was because I ran all these transcripts of meetings that I've had with clients doing all this. And I had to analyze it and create a guide with like all these points. So I haven't even really read a lot of this, but it actually feels like that one there where I told the clients, like, make sure you do this. Like it added that in. So just having and knowing all this information that I've already recorded on other calls or trainings, I was able to create this guide really quickly. And that's the same kind of concept applies to everything. If you have it transcribed, you won't have to repeat yourself over and over and try to tell AI stuff, and it won't go off the rails. It's going to be way more accurate.
Awesome. So we download the apps, we start using them, we just start putting content in, talking, 5-minute conversations a day. And then what?
Yes. Okay. So we'll get into the good stuff, but here's some more prompts for you guys. Again, you'll get all this, just some tips on how to do that better. I always start
Oh,
off with
thank
like, hey,
you.
I'm going to brainstorm ideas, ask me questions, help me develop these thoughts. Things like that can work really well.
Oh, I love this. Ask me questions to help develop these thoughts. So
All
you
right.
tell AI to ask you questions. That's a new one. I haven't been doing that.
Yeah, it's really good at that. This is where it's shifting. So it's AI is
Mhm.
going to get to a point where it's like super genius, smarter than everyone in the world. Right now, it's at the point where it went from like a VA that you hire from like overseas, where you're kind of telling it what to do, and it's trying to, it's trying to just do it as best it can. It's now getting to the point where it's more like a consultant, like a high price consultant,
Mhm, mhm,
where
mhm.
you're like, I have things I need to do. I need to write some emails. What should I do? What should I include? Help me out with this. And it's going to come in as like a premium consultant and like get what it needs from you. And you can tell it, ask me questions, everything you need to know to write this email, and it will get that and then it'll do it.
I love
Yeah, we
that.
recently had a client say that she used it to get interviewing questions for her guests on her podcast because she was like having a brain fart one day and she's like, I can't think of any questions to ask this person. So we'll show you how she did it, but she basically like copied the person's sales page, like just control whatever command. And then she said, hey, I'm going to interview this person. Give me 10 questions to ask this person. And then
Oh, that's genius.
she pasted their website. And then basically what they had said, she was able to reiterate on the podcast.
I love that.
Now, one thing I'd recommend too, before we move on to the other really cool stuff, is I create a database of like all these brain dumps. And because I got to a point where I'm like, I need to go back and grab this stuff. So it gets a little ridiculous. I don't know a better way to organize this. So you can start, we'll show you some tricks to like get this into the AI so you don't have to organize it yourself. But sometimes I just want to go and reference something like, oh, my bio, my notes. So it's like all these brain dumps I've done about my story. I just
Mhm.
like having that in one place so I can go back and just give that to the AI really quick
Yeah.
to help me out with a task.
Essentially, you like voice it to the AI and then you copy the transcript the AI gave you and you just paste it in your organizer, your Notion.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool. So next up, that's kind of the big, like, you could do that basically for free right now. Let's get into some more advanced things. So for every client and every project we start with our clients or ourselves, we create what we call a brand snapshot. And these are like the essential things that the AI needs to know. And it's really just, customer profile, brand voice. But what you can do, and what I built is, let me close that. I built a tool to help me do this. And I want to show you.
Are you gonna do this for me now?
Yeah, I want to do an example first, and then we'll
Okay.
do yours. So it's easier just to see it. So I'm going to create an example, and this is the result of what it would do for like your brand. All right, so it's making up Fit Life for Moms. It's like, who's the founder's name? What's the business name? What kind of offers are they putting out there? Short bio. What is the niche or sub market? Ideal customers. These are like key questions and details that, again, you could do this yourself, but this prompt or this tool kind of does all this for you.
Ooh, I love the one I'm
Um,
seeing there. Why it's not their fault. Key obstacles and challenges. I like that.
Yeah, we based a lot of this stuff on Alex Hermosi, Donald Miller. Like we used people that we really respect and honor in the marketing space, Seth Godin, and that's where we based a lot of this stuff on.
Love it.
yeah, so having these, like, just this as a foundation is a really good starting point. And what's super cool is, and I'll just show you an example here, because this is kind of like the starting point. This is what I would grab, and these are like the brand voice. So these details about like brands you want to emulate. You've probably seen similar stuff to this, like just telling it like your writing style, um, all these kind of details. I like to get this dialed in. And again, you can work with the AI now to be like, that's not quite right. And you can
Yeah.
even, if you have it on your phone, you can even like talk into it and have a conversation to dial it in and improve it right there.
Mm-hmm. Like you could say, hey, can you update the brand voice part about brand personality characteristics to a little more like this?
Yeah. And then the other fun thing with ChatGPT is you can do more with it. So what I do sometimes is, once I get the brand snapshot, these are just fun things you can do. I'll show you like an example here of like how to describe the visual brand identity of my brand. And I'll do these tricks sometimes, like describe it in a way that we can send to in an email to a graphic designer to build out all of our brand assets. And so getting a little bit more like scenario based is kind of a good tip to prompt it to do a little bit more. And it will actually describe your brand in like a really detailed and specific way.
You mean scenario based for like in this context, you're going to be sending this to a brand designer for the website,
Exactly.
just being as specific as you can for what you're using it for.
Exactly. And you'll see like really like it really understands context very well. So for social media posts, or like if it's an email, I'll describe that. If it's a social media post, I'll say like, assume people are busy, they're scrolling through their social media feed and they don't have any like awareness of this topic. So I need to like have my content grab their attention and hook them in, right? So just describing the situation that they're going to see this content is really
Wow.
helpful for the AI.
That's amazing. Yeah. I wonder, could we even use it like my ideal client is scrolling Instagram, they're a business owner, and they see, my post about mini session days. Like, how would we get specific about that? Like if we're promoting a mini session day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the way you described it is pretty perfect. If it has, let me show you this real quick. Because if it has enough brand information, this is kind of the way I see it. The three things you need for the perfect prompt is that basic brand info. Does it know this about you and your business and even your customer? And then now you're describing the task. So what is the desired outcome? It's like, I want to have a social media post that will grab their attention in my social media feed. here's like, it's like describing the instructions of what the outcome is in the situation. Now you're talking about unique details. So here's the unique details. This is the, the promotion I'm doing. Here's the event. Here's what they need to know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this
That
is
would be
super
the third
helpful.
layer.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. 3 layers.
So first you need the brand info. Second, you need the task. Third, you need the unique details.
Totally. And the
Yeah.
brand info is so important. And that's why I wanted you guys to come on, because you get it. You get the branding part of it, which is huge for us. A lot of people in here are brand photographers. So we really want to embody a good personal brand ourselves and just be on brand. So
Perfect. So, Andrew, why don't you try it out with Meg now?
Yeah, I'm going to show one last thing because this is where I think the future is, especially for visual people. What is it thinking? Like we just had to describe all this. I like to see what it's thinking visually, and you could tell it to like make a graphic to show me what that looks like. So if you haven't tried these like image generation tools on ChatGPT, this is just one way you can use it. But I like it for if you're doing like a brand photo shoot or you want to see a mood board or something, you could just have it. You could have it describe like the whole scene, and I may be having issues. I don't know, but I'll try it again. I love to see it though, and that's so fun for me. So if we scroll down this, we'll
so
do some more
wait,
brand
hold on. You're
snapshot.
saying we can make a brand mood board for our brand photo shoot with ChatGPT.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I have some examples here. So like going into
Exciting.
where is it? Oh yeah, got all kinds of good stuff. Here's this one. So it's like
Huh?
visual branding, like work with it to kind of envision what it could look like.
I love
And I
that.
use this with clients to be like, which one are you liking? I'll do like 3 different ideas and I can have it give me like, here's a first draft, right?
Fit life for moms.
Be
I love
like,
the colors.
make it more, what would you want it to be? More like blue and um country. I don't know. Like,
How about multiple outfits? Because we're planning a brand photo shoot, it's like, what are some different poses or outfit ideas? Or a different location? So there's 2 locations instead of just one. Multiple locations.
to use across all marketing. Yeah, I have so much fun with this visually, just so those early stages of brainstorming with clients. And again, if it has the brand snapshot works for both for the written content, but also visual content, because having that understanding of who your customer is, the tone of your brand and the voice, it actually affects the visual output as well.
Yeah. Lindsay wants to know, do you know if it just uses stock images that it right now for this kind of stuff, or is it grabbing images from everywhere like Pinterest?
Oh, it's trained on a wide range. I mean, definitely a lot of stock photos, probably a lot of just stuff that's out there. This isn't maybe the
Or is it
best of
creating
image.
the photo? Like, did it make those photos? Because I know AI can do that.
Yeah. No, it's generating it from scratch. So none of this
Yeah.
exists on the web. It's not like searching for things. So everything it creates, it's generating from its models of what it knows about the world.
Lindsay says, can we
Okay.
have our own photos as examples? Could it
Yeah.
create
Yeah.
on our own portfolio?
Let's grab something from your site, Meg.
Sure.
I don't know. That one looks pretty good. I could just say like,
Okay, so you're adding a picture from Meg's website. Make it more like this. Okay.
show me a mood board with more ideas in this direction. And I can show you something cool I did earlier too. I actually had this pulled up, which I thought was really
Lindsay says,
fun.
wow, that's bananas.
So
Possibilities.
over here, yeah, I grabbed like all these. So our client had all these Instagram posts, and she was like, I want to rework all this and improve the content. So I like downloaded all the graphics. You can upload a bunch of images. And I just said, give me the text from all these with a line divider between each one. So like what I want you to understand is like almost anything you want it to do. It can start to like look at images. It's really
Mm,
good at analyzing
yeah.
images and describing them. It can pull out the text. And then so the first draft was like, okay, that's not very good. So I told it this, or I said, okay, not all caps and fix the formatting. And now we're getting it in like a little bit better style.
Yeah.
And then I went down and I said, I said, great, now review this transcript that Beck's recorded. She had done a podcast episode about this content and said, add a few bullet points to each one to add more helpful info. So this is where having transcriptions.
You're saying the name of your client. So should I be telling ChatGPT? Should I be saying my name?
If it is, well, it should know. I mean, I'm saying this is like, I'm trying to get it right in her voice. So
Yeah,
uh,
I see what you're doing.
I'll put their name in that case. And now I have the transcript, I dumped all that info in, and
Mhm.
it's like, great, here's some additional points. And now it's able to like enhance that content. And again, this took me like seconds. I'm just like dumping stuff in. If you have the raw content, you can do things really fast.
Mhm.
And then the final thing I said was, again, and this is always the last little touch, is you may still, the AI is going to be lazy by default because it costs them more money for the AI to think harder. So just know that the first version may not always be the best. But you can tell it to think more and do more for you. So I said, great, but write these more, the ideal customer avatar, ICA. You could just say like to our ideal customer, and then in the voice or in my voice. And then it did a really good job. So now it's speaking like directly to their ideal customer and in more in Bex's voice in this case.
And did it know her voice? Because you have different profiles for your clients, like different profiles where you put in that brand snapshot you talked about?
You could do that. In this case, I had so much in that transcript that I didn't even need to.
Got it. Okay. Because yeah, that's a long one. Perfect.
And yeah, it had enough to work with there. Now we do, let me pull up something real
What
quick.
about, can you show me how you could
Ooh,
I
look
don't
at
know,
that.
do something with one of my photography blogs? Like for how many of you have a blog, a photography blog, or you want to start one?
Oh, look, that looks nice. Look, it,
Oh, that
it
is
made a
pretty.
mood board
Oh, that's the
based
new
on your
one.
images.
Pretty.
So you can put up any
Very
image and tell it to,
ethereal.
so go get that
Very
Pinterest board with
earthy
your
and
client
ethereal.
and then come up with new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it'll describe it too.
I might have to start doing this for all my brand sheets now. Not gonna lie. That was pretty cool.
And here's what's really cool. You could just dump in a bunch of photos, like go grab, I would go and say, do you have, like, I would probably grab maybe a screenshot of a bunch of these photos that you have
Yeah.
and say, I want to share this photo shoot with my audience. Can you describe it in a way, describe like the aesthetic vision that we had? And
Yeah. I have tried playing with that on like, hey, like putting my Instagram a screenshot in and being like, well, how would you
oh, got
describe
it.
my style? And that's kind of
There you
interesting.
go.
So I'm like, oh, but that's a good idea, Andrew, what you just said to kind of sum up the brand. And that could be the start of like a blog that you're featuring that client in their photo shoot.
Yeah.
If you want to feature the photo shoot, chat GPT could get it started, the blog and the description of the photo shoot based on that screenshot of the gallery.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give it very little. I would give it more context and again, more about it doesn't know much, but it will do a pretty good job just first draft.
Uh-huh.
And some of these, like,
Oh
we
yeah,
don't
we
have
were at
anything
the
in here,
sand
but
dunes. That's exactly where
yeah.
we're at. Yeah.
Embracing stillness, femininity, the power of connecting.
Amazing.
So we're getting a lot of questions, Andrew, about the brand
Mhm.
snapshot and putting
Yeah.
it into the bot, if that's the next
Yep.
iteration that you want to show.
Yeah. Next steps now
Are
are
we
going
doing
to
mine
be,
now?
yeah, let's do let's go run through like a
I was like,
fast version.
okay, I'm excited.
All right. Let's grab. I can just, what do you want to do for your photography business or your education side?
So go to my blog and we could grab a blog that is photography business since we have brand photography, photographers in here. So go to the next, go to recently posted, go down,
Mm-hmm.
go down again. Oh, right there's a good one. Renting a brand photo shoot location is worth every penny. That's a good one.
This is going to be a little bit too niche down. What I want to grab is just your overall. So if it is the educate, we could grab all this. So here's what I do in
Yeah.
this case. Let's look at, so with this tool, let's do a new chat. And so there's a couple ways.
Like, what if I wanted to repurpose this to an email newsletter or social media post? Like that would be so, or
let's get to that next. So the first step would be the getting it to understand your brand and what you're trying to do.
focus a brand snapshot. Yeah.
So a couple things we could do here. You can give it a website link. I just like to tell it, like, if you have a bunch of stuff you want to dump in, what I would usually do is I'll go grab just copy from your site or blogs, any content that you have. So this would be good. I'm just going to select all and copy that and paste it in. And I'm going to go, I would go through a lot of your like main pages. So we can go to your about page, select all, copy. I'll just go side by side. So I'm just dumping all this information into it to try to give it enough to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There we go. I'll go to your homepage.
So someone's asking, where's the snapshot tool at?
Yeah, so that tool you can get over here. If you have we dropped the link in here yet to this page?
We haven't. Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can go ahead and drop it.
Okay.
It would be this one right here. But go ahead and grab this resource. And then within this resource, you'll see some of the recommended stuff we have. And this AI writing starter kit has the brand snapshot tool in it. And I also have some training in there on some of these tips I'm showing you today.
It's
So
only
that one's just 19.
19 bucks. That's amazing. So this is a tool you guys created from working with so
Right.
many brands and businesses. You are a
Yeah.
marketing agency. So you created this so we can get that and just kind of, and
Yeah.
then, and it
It's
tells
something-
you how to set it up in there. I'm assuming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's something that
Yep.
we spent like the last 5 years working with clients, and we're like, why don't we just create this brand snapshot? And it really does help. You'll see. You'll see how it works, how the magic is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just put a bunch of info from your website, right? It just gave it everything. And now I can analyze all that. And it was able to figure out. Now this is going to be, it's going to be, so what's interesting about your brand is you have two different target audiences, right? So I think what we might've done is confused it. So I gave it info about your photography and your coaching or like mentorship.
This sounds good.
It's probably pretty good.
Coaching and education to other photographers and business owners. That's right.
Okay. This is a high level version. You may want to niche down and give it, one thing you'll have to specify is like who the audience is in your content. If you give
Yeah.
it this wide range
Like
of
if I'm making
snapshot.
a blog post for photographers, I could just focus on that audience versus like if I'm talking to clients, I can focus on the clients.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do here, what I do is you could, again, like chat with the AI to get this dialed in, but for time's sake, I'm just going to show you what I would do is take all this. I would create like a Google Doc. You can go to doc.new and I would paste that in. So now we have that text. You could edit it here or you could keep working with the AI. But what you want to do is get a written document. And the title of it is important too. So I'd try to give it like brand snapshot, any details you can. So having this document written up, again, everything in text format, we'll come back to that. The next thing you can do is, let's go back here. We can go in and actually, if we go to the top right, you can go to my GPTs and you can create a GPT. Now this is, you could YouTube some of this. We have a training and course on how we do this. But I wanted to show you.
It's only on the desktop version of ChatGPT or on the app too.
Yeah, I wouldn't try doing this on the app. I don't know if you can or not. So
that's helpful because I haven't used the desktop version, and that's helpful to know that I should download that.
Well, it's just a website. They do have a like an app.
Website.
Yeah, I just go to what is it? I guess chatgpt.com now. That's cool. Let me show you how this looks.
You didn't have to sign in. Would I have to sign in?
Yeah, you just sign in.
Okay. So go under my ChatGPT just to their website. I see.
So I'm going to show you how Steph's is set up. So you can upload like your picture. And then we'll just say,
there's Steffi.
Megbot. Um,
Meg Murray bot.
I'm just going to do this for
Brand
now.
bot. Megbot. Meg Murray Photography.
Yep. And now the instructions, we have a long one here that is part of our other product. If you want all that stuff, that's going to be here. Or if you want us to set all this up for you and do a session and get all of our advanced stuff, those are your options. But again, there's YouTube videos if you want to go see what other people are doing. We don't give away all of our
Look, you
secret
guys, this
sauce.
is a $150 workshop they sell that we're getting for free today. Thank you guys.
You're getting that at the high level. Yeah.
Thank you. That goes even deeper, the workshop.
Yeah. Well, we have all these like specific prompts, like the instructions here is something we've worked on a lot. So I'm not going to give you all of it.
Yeah.
That one actually that was a more advanced thing we were trying, like having spreadsheets. So ignore that if you're looking at that because that was more advanced. But these are just showing you like what's possible if you want to go down this
We're
path
kind of
where you
like
don't have to.
once we have our brand snapshot, we paste it in that instructions and it's like ready to go, our bot.
Yeah, it's going to be in the knowledge here. So the instructions are more.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess this was a bad one. Let me find a better one that's a little bit more. I'm going to pull up a different one because I forgot we were experimenting. Steph, we were trying some crazy things with yours.
Yeah, right. Anita, you do need the paid account to do this of ChatGPT.
I believe so. Yeah, it's well worth the $20 a month.
It's
All
going to
right,
make your life
so
so much easier, I promise.
this is where, yeah, this is the beauty of it. And I'm going to show you how to do some of this with Claude as well. If you want to use the other option, Claude is actually easier than using ChatGPT, but it doesn't have some of the visual content creation stuff. But what we're doing here is you can even have it make one, which is fun. I would put your picture, obviously, but all right. So I'm going to grab these instructions, which are not the crazy ones. There we go. I like to see what it comes up with too when it makes Megbot. What is that going to do? It's making us wait. All right. While we're waiting, I'm going to go back to this document because you have to upload text files or other type. It'll handle like PDFs and stuff, but I like giving AI text content. So you can go to file, download, and then TXT. That's the easiest for it to read. So I use a Google Doc, paste it in the brand snapshot, download it as a TXT. And now when you go back, oh, look at that. That's cool.
That's cute.
All right, let's go ahead and upload.
Camera.
We can upload that file. And now if you ever make updates to that, you would have to delete it and then just upload a new one.
Got it.
But I do this as well for like transcripts of meetings or all this other content. If you go grab all this stuff from your website or YouTube transcripts, you can just upload those files in here.
And
Is
I think
much
I
like
believe it takes up
new-
to, oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Steph. How
I
many?
said it takes up about like 20 files.
Okay.
But you can have your files be really big. So if you wanted to grab, like just have your VA grab like all your YouTube transcripts, for example, put them in one Google Doc and then make the font like 8, like really small.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then add it to a TXT file. And then you can add it to your bot.
Awesome.
I
I
was
would
gonna
assume
grab-
like the more current content that you have or just on-brand content you put in there, the better because it just has more data, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and the other good thing is they're adding these memory into bots too. So as you start to work with it, it will get smarter and smarter and kind of learn on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just the more direct way that is super smart. The other cool thing is you can upload images,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which
For your branding, if you have like a brand kit, or a
branding
brand
kit, yeah.
identity, yeah. Or your portfolio images.
Yeah. Andrew just added your website.
Nice. I'm like, I could give you a gallery, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're gonna have to
You
do
want
this
the
on your own
gallery?
because I can't give you this bot, but just FYI.
I know, I
But
have to watch the replay and make it myself. It's all good.
I know that's one of the annoying things, but I know we wanted to get to social media content. So I want to make sure we have time for that. Now that we've created at least version 1 of Meg's bot.
Anita, you need the paid account, which is 20 a month. And
Yeah.
then it's going to save you countless hours of time on your marketing
Hmm.
and so much headache. Because I know I overthink content marketing and writing so much, especially the brand voice part and just wanting it to be perfect because I'm a recovering perfectionist. So I just investments like these to me are no-brainers because
They save you time.
Yeah.
totally time and money.
And you know what's really fun when you're, just say you're talking into AI or you have your bot and you're working with it, you can say that you really resonate with Oprah, for example. You can say, hey, I like this, but give me more like Oprah vibes.
I love it. I've seen people doing that for social media posts, like write in this character, and
Yeah.
it's so fun.
I always use Elle Woods
Ooh, that's your bot.
from
Yeah, that's
Legally
your
Blonde.
bot inspiration, your brand bot
That is,
inspiration.
yeah, because, like it's hard, right?
I love it.
So it looks like it's pulling info. So I just told it like write an email in my voice. So I wanted to see a few things. You can test this out here, how it describes your brand. And it's looking like it was able to, I always test things, right? Like, can you describe my website, what it looks like to see what it does, like to see if it's pulling the information correctly.
Yeah,
It did
this
seem to
is
do a pretty good
totally
job,
me.
right?
I'm like, wait, go up. Confident, empowered, sophisticated, yet approachable. Those are some of my actual brand words that I have on my brand values and kit and vibe. I didn't even tell ChatGPT that. It just pulled it. That's perfect.
Yeah. It knows so much and always testing to make sure it's like on the right track. And
Yeah.
then you'll see, like I told it to make a graphic. So I want to see visually if it's like kind of an alignment. It does feel pretty close.
Wait, go up. I want to see more what it said. Go up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Empowering poses, brand colors, love minimal yet detailed styling. I love this. This is great.
It's fun, right? And then I'm also testing now, like write an email in my voice just to see what it would do. Again, all we're giving it. So what we have now, if we go back to the layers, at this point, it has the brand information. The
Right.
task instructions I gave it at this point, this is where you have to start to think. Is it a quick email? Is it a quick post? Or is this something I'm going to do every week for the next 10 years kind of thing? Or like every day? Then you may want to start to do what I do, which is really get in and work on your prompt because this is like the most minimal instructions right
Right.
here. So I
Mm-hmm.
gave it like write an email in my voice and the unique details were fall promo. So I gave it the instructions and the unique details, but this is like the least you could give it. And even with that, it'll do a pretty good first draft based on what it knows about your brand, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, this looks pretty good, but
Totally.
if it wasn't what you wanted, now what I do is I would start to work on a prompt that gets me closer to what I wanted. And that's where you start to layer on more information. So in my
I love that.
prompts,
Hold on, go back. I love
yeah,
that it holds so much though, just because we had the brand snapshot go down because it's like,
right, right.
here's what you'll get: personalized planning, confidence boosting experience, beautiful, authentic images. Like these are ways that I do stand out in my industry and that I do
Hmm.
want my clients to know. And I think we forget a lot of this as photographers. We forget to talk about this, to market it, to just market more intentionally in like a smarter way. It's easy to be like, there's 20 photos included. It's 3 outfits, but like everything it's talking about in here is amazing, for marketing.
Sweet. So I'll show you
And
the
it
final
sounds like your
step.
voice. Sorry, Andrew, go ahead.
Yeah, it's getting better and better. And this is what's super cool. So if you just like the AI is going to get smarter and smarter and it's going to be more capable. The cool thing is now when you log in, you'll be able to use your bots. Instead of using the generic chat GPT, you can go ahead and click on your bot. And that's the final step every time you log in. Just make sure you go find that and click on it. And now you'll see super. Let's try. Love. Come on. All right, we'll find that. There we go. And in the top left, you can see here we're using the Megbot versus like a generic different bot over here. So we're in the Megbot, and now I can give it that task again. It'll probably, anytime you get in here, it'll be pretty close. It's not going to be the same though, because the instructions were so vague. So now we see it's like a longer one. Maybe you like the other format better. So this is where fine tuning your instructions, like I want it to be a welcoming hook, and then I want to have like 3 reasons why they should do it, what to expect, and just seeing
Yeah,
it, like trying things. And then you can create prompts where this is what I do, where my prompts are like
you save your
really
prompt.
detailed. Like I'm like
I
Yeah.
love
My
it.
guiding
prompts
it.
are pretty insane.
Woo, look at that prompt. Does anyone use
But
prompts this long? Go back to it. Show how long it is.
yeah, these are
I
intense, right?
love
But
it.
all of
That's
my
how you
prompts.
get so specific. So somewhere in between that one sentence and this, we can play with.
And I just get obsessed, right? Because I do these for clients. I'm getting paid to do it, and it
Yeah.
saves me so much time. So find the things that will save you time. And if
This
it's
is
something
so
that's,
helpful, Andrew, because I wasn't even thinking to save my prompts. Even that little tip, like once you find a
yeah,
good prompt, if you work on one that's a little more in depth,
Hmm.
save it in your library so you can use it again for when you need to write an email in the future or a blog post. And you can, because I've just been starting from nothing every time I ask ChatGPT something, I haven't been saving prompts. I've just been
let's
like
see.
creating them as I go.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like it's really annoying to do that. And you're like, this isn't even saving me time. It's when you start to really fine tune.
Wait,
There we
Andrew,
go.
show this trick because everyone always gets
Yeah.
amazed. And I know Andrew tends to like just bypass his tricks and they're like the
No, I was going to show it.
gold.
He's
Okay, so show
genius
this.
because it's like,
Okay, so you guys have a YouTube video. I want you put your YouTube video up. Andrew, show this whole process.
Yeah. So first off, you would get, and this is where it's been a little bit buggy. It didn't load the first time, but this is a plugin called YT Transcript Downloader. And this has
oh, we
saved me
got
a lot
free
of
plugin.
time.
And
Is
it's
it a free
free.
plugin? Nice.
Free
Mhm,
plugin
mhm.
for Chrome. There's probably similar ones for other web browsers, but for me, this is the best right now. There was a website that used to do this and now it's broken and down. So I don't know if YouTube's fighting against this, but it's working right now. The key is to get, you have to, let me reload the page. So what you'll do is go down to your description, and this works for any YouTube video. Click more, scroll all the way to the bottom of the description, and then go to show transcript. And now on the top right, it's going to pop up and you'll have this download button. So that extension adds the download button. Otherwise, you can't really like, you're going to copy like all that. It's kind of clunky. This will just download it. And then it gives you a text file that looks like this. So there we go. We've got that YouTube video as a text file. So now what I'm going to do is now I have 3 things. I have your brand information, which is your bot, and that's already ready to go. Task instructions. Let's go ahead and put that in. So this is my process. Now I'm gonna go grab this prompt that I know works the way I want most of the time. And I'm gonna
What's the
paste
prompt
that in.
for?
This is for making like short little social posts that are like TikTok style, like really
Oh,
engaging.
dope. So like are you gonna repurpose my YouTube right now?
Yes. So now
Mhm.
we have a video that you
What
did.
was the name of the extension again, Andrew?
YT transcript downloader.
Okay, got it.
So if you wanted to pull out some golden nuggets from that content that's just sitting there, we can grab the transcript, because YouTube video is great, but there's so much gold buried in there. So what I had this prompt do, what I wanted was, in my prompts, I usually have it write a few variations, because if it gives me a few variations, I can quickly scan through and find the one that I like. So for social posts, you may not like the one that it gives you, and then you're always like, do it again, do it again. I tell my prompts, give me, in this case, 5 variations. And for each variations, I want a title of it. I want some like hook title ideas. And then
Yeah.
I want a script that will, and these are meant to be like YouTube scripts for like a short video.
Mm.
So it's meant to be
Like
like,
this is like YouTube shorts. If I was gonna repurpose some of this to a YouTube short.
Mhm.
yeah, well, the idea is like you put it like a text title above you. So this would be like the thing that would be above you in the video. And then the script is what you would read.
Yeah, especially if you're having a week that you really don't want to show up on social media, you can be like, "What did I do 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? That was amazing." And you can literally grab stuff and just use yourself as your own muse.
Yes.
And so you have all these ideas that are really cool when you see it. I actually use this to write content as well. And actually, let me show you what I've been doing for
About that
my,
repurposing life, girl.
yeah, what we've
Repurpose.
been doing with clients is stuff like this. So we've been turning these, because they don't want to read all these all the time, but we're turning these into like graphics that pull out the concepts into a post. And so now it's like she's doing like just 20 minutes of content every week, but we're turning that 20 minutes. I can get like 5, 10 posts like this out of it just using this one prompt that has like really good information that's more interesting. You'll see like the way it's writing. I really like the style of how it is breaking down like educational info. And this is pretty heavy, like text wise, but you could do it shorter. Like just, you could have like quote cards or give me 50 quotes from this video, anything you want. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a style that I thought was really fun because I trained it on like these kind of scroll stopping tones,
Yeah.
um, and like content that'll hook people in. And then I also at the end had it give me an idea for a visual. So if I wanted to create some kind of visual or go find an image or create, if I want to add visuals to it, that at least gives me some ideas.
This is amazing because, like, for me to take this and just say, okay, here's like the 5 ideas I'm going to use to repurpose this video. It's so much easier to go in and like make some updates, if I need to. So it's in my brand voice, or add and delete a few things and just get it scheduled, then try to do it from scratch. Like, this is saving so much time to have something to start with.
Yeah. And I do this for pretty much everything. So if it was a blog, that would be, let me just show you
Yeah.
this one little thing too. Because again, it may be lazy at first, the first draft. I told it again, I often have to do this, write it more in Meg's voice and use bullets and lists. So I wanted more of these like bullets in there. I like that style better. And you
So
see it.
Jamie says, where are these prompts coming from? Do you start with them, or are they coming from other content? So Jamie, I think he's following like his formula. So you had the brand snapshot in there, and then the prompts coming from these saved prompts you've developed over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some basic things. I actually have a bonus for y'all in. So what I did is I had AI analyze how I write prompts and what to include.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a bonus in this doc that I gave you at the very bottom.
Yay, we get a
Look at that.
bonus. Ooh,
How to
thank
write
you.
prompts that actually work.
Look at that.
So this is again, I had AI analyze my stuff, and these are kind of like some things that I do in my prompts. So it'll give you some ideas and examples.
Uh-huh.
I'll just go through really quick. So cut to the chase, tell it exactly what you want, like talk to it like a person. Don't get creative or fancy. Just like teach it what you want, tell it in plain English. In my revisions, I usually do revisions over and over. If it doesn't do it right, I'm like, no, like more like this. And like, I try to just explain like, what is it not understanding? And I just add more things to my prompt to try to tell it. And
Mm-hmm.
usually like the AI is at a point. A year ago, it wasn't quite doing it, but now you'll add a little line into your prompt and then you try it again. And it might blow your mind how like it can start to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Uh,
We have another question to speak what
yeah,
Stephanie said about when you don't want to show up on social media for a few weeks. Can you take an old Instagram post or caption and put it into the AI to make it a different content? Could we maybe do that for an example?
for sure. Yeah.
You can go to my Instagram. I can show you one to grab.
Cool.
Yeah. So Andrew gave that resource. And then Andrew, I want you to show you our prompts that we use for our agency because they're insane. Andrew's show it
Like all
after.
the different,
Show it
what are
later.
these?
It's
This is for you
overwhelming.
advanced people, right? It's
This
for
is the advanced stuff. If you want to get our prompts, do they just get the workshop? Is that for 150? Is that
No, that'll give you detailed
no?
training on the bot
Okay.
setup of how we do it. But
That's through the one-on-one. They
we
get the
only do that
prompts.
with private clients. So
Got
yeah,
it.
we're pretty, this is obviously our whole business, like using like our advanced
Sorry
prompts.
for the confusion on
If
that.
you want that, we want to work with you. And we also have like a membership where we teach you all this stuff. We show you our prompts. But right now we have a bonus. If you work with us and buy our setup, you'll meet with us for an hour and we will help you get set up, get all these things kind of dialed in. Oftentimes we also talk about like more advanced things you could do with AI for your business. What kind of prompts would make sense and like would it be possible for you to build, and guide you on that. And then you'll get access to all of our prompts
Page.
to learn how I do it.
I know. I'm sorry. I was like, Andrew's like, don't give this away. No, it's incredible. These
Paige said,
prompts.
"Whoa, ladies, quit trying to give my good stuff away." But
I know.
yeah, I mean,
I've
you guys, I
yeah.
know, have taken so much time to develop these prompts. I'm already
Yeah,
getting
they're
so
like
many.
3-4 years in the making, I think. Right, Andrew? All these
Yeah,
prompts.
it's just it's a lot, but you're gonna learn too. I mean, if you want this stuff, if you want to make
So
your own
for some
prompts,
people who like, I know a lot of people in here will want to do your bot setup, or I know you're gonna talk, you have the brand builder club, and that could be a way for
we're
next
doing
to
that
learn with you
together right
guys.
now. Yeah, it's kind of
Perfect.
all in one. If you get the bot setup, you also get our club, our membership, our prompts.
Um,
Yeah.
so what about if someone's like, okay, I want to do that in 3 to 6 months from now, but for now, like, how can I just, what
Create
kind of
my own
prompt should
prompts.
I, yeah, let's do an example of like making a
Hmm.
prompt on Instagram, repurposing like what Lindsay said, an Instagram post.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. All right, let's try this out. So, which
Yeah, I'm glad you
one?
guys think this is so cool. I think it's cool too. I was excited for this. So why
Which
don't we go
one?
down, go down.
Hmm.
Ooh, I know.
Some.
Go down to
Oh, the baby.
capturing your brand story. Maybe we can repurpose that. It was a post for Barbara, and I could make another post where I want to feature her photos.
Okay, cool.
Or we
So
could
it's
talk about like the brand photo shoot experience. I don't know.
yeah,
Where,
this is good.
where would I start? Like,
Yeah, I would kind of just be
what I
like,
should say.
see if I can get this to work. Test, test, test. Hello, hello, hello. This extension hasn't been working. I used to talk. I think I can do it with this. So what I would do, and this might be easier on your end, but I would talk into it. And this is where I would like pull up ChatGPT and be like,
Yeah.
I would try to explain the whole situation, just plain English. So I guess what we could do is we'll do the voice typing.
Yeah, normally talking's easier, I know, than typing.
Okay, so I've got, is it going? I don't know what's up with my computer right now. This has been buggy for me. I would try to like get a way. I don't want to sit here and like type it all out, but I would talk into it and explain the whole situation.
Why don't we just say, yeah, like repurpose this Instagram post
Yeah.
to a new piece of content for Instagram
What do you want them to feel like?
with maybe like the 3 biggest benefits of booking a brand photo shoot with Meg. There
Okay,
we go.
nice.
Right? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Let me show you some tips too. There's a lot of good,
Oh, I like that. Task, context, goal. That's an easy way for you guys to prompt the AI.
yeah, just Google
Mm.
search like ChatGPT formula. You're going to see a lot of this stuff out here that'll help you. Like I kind of pull from a lot of these,
I like
but
your
what's,
3-step process. That seems simple.
yeah, and this is, these are pretty good. Context, task, instruction, clarity, refine. I mean, there's just a lot of that out there. So you can Google search it.
Yeah.
This is where I like to start. So what's the task? I want, 3 variations of ideas.
I want
How's
my
it going for you?
client to feel excited and empowered to book a shoot with me.
Is it potential clients?
Yeah,
Or past
potential
clients.
clients.
You see this when they are scrolling on IG and get excited about booking a shoot with
Sooner than later.
me
Booking a shoot sooner than later.
ASAP. The goal is to
You got bills to pay over here.
move them into
Your mini
action
shoots, right?
quickly.
Yeah, I just decided to launch a mini shoot today, like randomly. Put it out there. I don't have a strategy for this one. I'm just going for it.
I know. That's how you and I are, Meg. We're just kind of like, let's just do it. And then Andrew's like, whoa, calm down. Let's figure out the strategy.
Well, I'm gonna have ChatGPT help me write content for it this week,
Yeah.
for the promotion.
Mm-hmm. So task, context, goal. You got to write a little bit into ChatGPT. Also, or Claude. Also, be nice to the AI. Say thank you.
I would say like instructions. Oftentimes I'll do like 1, 2, 3, like 1, review my brand info. 2, I'll tell it to review the content I want to repurpose.
We're
And
going a
let's
little
see.
over, but we can totally keep going. Does that work for you, Meg?
Yeah, I have time. I'm fine with
Okay.
that. I'll be
Okay.
right
Like,
back. I actually need to use the bathroom and grab water, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
cool. We'll go a few more minutes. Let's see. Write the analyze it for new and awesome info I can share as a new and original post. Write 5. What did I say? How many do I want? 3. Write 3
Why don't you show
post.
them how to use
Yes.
Claude with this? Because I feel like Claude's a little smarter than ChatGPT.
Well, now we have to say that for another time. Sign up, buy my stuff, and I'll show you.
Okay.
Claude is, I would look up, if you want to look up Claude projects is really good, very similar to ChatGPT, and it's actually easier in a lot of ways. But I mean, I could try it. We could do one demo.
Okay.
I'm not going to make a project on it, but
Got it.
We'll just drop
yeah.
in info. Yeah. Choose from, write a line divider. This is where I would get into more details about those posts in between each one and label each one with a header title. You can, I mean, this, and give me a visual.
I love that you're saying 3 different post ideas. That's a good idea. Why just stop at one?
Yeah. Give me a visual image idea to go with that post. All right, let's try that. So, and then at the end of these, if I'm using it for ChatGPT, I'll put like, here is the original. I try to use the same kind of phrasing. So where was it? Review the original content I want to repurpose. So labeling is important just to avoid confusion. So I'm saying here, like, you don't need to be perfect grammar, but content I want to repurpose. Here is the original content I want to repurpose.
Yeah,
And
being
then,
specific. And then we
yeah,
just paste that post.
that's it. So let's grab this. This would be the prompt that you could then save in the future. Let's copy that. And I could keep the same thread, or I'll just start a new one. Okay, I'm going to pop that in. And now we have this that, so my prompts, if I do plan on like pasting stuff at the end, I'll just like to have that in there already. So now I just have to paste in the content. Let's see what it does. And this is where you start to improve your prompt. If it didn't come out the way you wanted, you have to go in and start to add more details to those instructions.
One of the questions we got was, it tends to have a lot of cheesy emojis and just cheesy words. How do you avoid that?
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'll
love
show you.
emojis though. Can you load in your own brand emojis to be like,
Yeah. You can tell
use
it.
only these brand emojis?
Yeah, like in your brand snapshot, you could tell it. I would probably put down here in writing style,
Uh-huh.
like use these emojis and just put them in. Like, what would I say? Like
Sparingly.
sparingly or something, like give it instructions. You can just tell it kind of what
Sprinkle
you want.
in these emojis. How about sprinkle in these
But yeah, I would start to add that in either in your, it may be unique to the specific task instructions because social media, maybe you'd want more emojis than other places. So it depends on where you.
That's true. I don't do emojis in my blog. I just do them on social media.
Sorry, I'm muted myself from, or turn my volume off. So if I was talking over you. that was
No
bad.
worries. I said that's true because I don't do emojis in my blog, but I love using them on social media posts. So it does depend
Yeah.
on but
So maybe in the actual task instructions, you would tell it how you want that to be written. This is more like universal for your whole brand.
Okay.
Okay, let's see the results. I get really picky about that. So my prompts, like just for example, like I go in and tell it, like I even give it words I don't want it to write. So I tell it like, don't use this crap, like because I hate that.
No unlock, no unleash, no
Oh my
tailor.
gosh, you know what's the one that I hate that they use? They use
Bespoke.
no, they always use like, oh my gosh, it's gonna come to me and they keep using it. And oh, that's such a good idea. Why am I not telling it not to use it? That's my own fault.
Even with this, it still does it sometimes, but I try to tell it like over and over, like, don't do this. Like I give it very detailed
Treasure
instructions.
trove.
Yeah. So that's part of the game right now.
No
It's
delve.
just
Nobody ever said
the
delve.
delve dive.
But
Yeah.
tell it what to not to use. I like that. That's a great
Mhm.
tip. That's a
And we
great
could,
tip.
yeah, we could see here. So you did some like, it looks like it's kind of the similar style. It will also study like if you had in the source content, it'll kind of emulate how you wrote it as well.
I mean, did you say this is for an Instagram post? Did you say that? You did
Yeah.
that, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. I
I
said,
like that it breaks it up like that because I think that works good on Instagram.
yeah. So now you would have, there's like a prompt that you could use whenever you want to do this type of thing.
Yeah, create a signature look for your brand. Are you tired of blending in with everyone else? This looks good.
Yeah, just like we did for Barbara. I love that. When you book a shoot with me, you'll get a custom brand photo shoot map that identifies your unique stories, clarifies your vibe, and makes your brand stand out for the crowd. Yeah, it's like the same thing I wrote, but it's different. I could share different photos with it, or I could share
Mhm.
the photos in a reel this time. And
Mhm.
boom, it's a new piece of content that will help me stay consistent,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah. I
Lindsay
mean, you can
asks,
make
so that
lots
post
of
was
posts from that
entirely
one shoot.
from was so sorry. So that post was entirely from that blog post.
It was just a social
From,
media post.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
yeah,
one
that
social media post that I had done that I'm like, I could repurpose this, right?
exactly.
I
Yeah.
could also, I wonder, Andrew, could you just demonstrate changing a few things in the prompt to, instead of making it a social media post, turning it into an
Mhm.
email newsletter
Mm.
Perfect. So
for
that
my
would just
email
be,
list of clients?
yeah, this is kind of how I go and start to make new prompts. So now we'd probably say task, repurpose, an IG post into an email newsletter.
Let's make it an email newsletter, retargeting past clients to book to book a photo shoot, to book one of my fall special photo shoots where they save $300.
I
Is
would keep that.
is that too specific?
Well, I mean, you'd only want to use this prompt for like fall of it, but to
Oh, so
book
keep it more
a,
general. That's great. How
you
about
could, it could work
book
that way
today
too.
to save $100 on your mini session?
Let's see. Task. I want to sell my mini session book today to
Actually, let's
save.
just say I don't think a mini session's good because this post was about like a full day. So
Okay.
that might be confusing. Let's just say
A session.
yeah, to book my signature brand photo shoot. It's called my brand glow up.
So you can tell you like CTA call to action, book my.
But you're saying keep it a little more general, the prompt, so we can reuse them, right?
Yeah, because I would probably add that in when I'm doing it. But like, I want to
Uh-huh.
sell my fall 20% off. Like that would be the last little thing
Right.
I add. If you're going to use this a lot, I wouldn't put super
Okay.
high level details.
To yeah, okay, perfect.
I want to share a newsletter that is, so it's just slightly tweaking this. Interesting content that they open and read that gives them something like that. I mean, I would spend more time, but goal.
They are scrolling their email
Yeah,
when they're
there,
scrolling their email inbox.
there. Yeah, exactly. So telling it like where they're seeing this.
Yeah. And can you also have it include an email subject line?
Yep.
Some ideas for the email subject line because I struggle with email subject lines. I feel like I never know what to do. And I know that's important.
Yep. Right. So what I would say here is right. This is where I would get in these details.
Hey, Kaylee, to answer your question, Andrew didn't even put in my bot. He just this is all the info. He's given it,
No, I
ChatGPT
think we were
to write
using
for
it.
me.
Oh,
What?
you're right. We didn't even have your bot.
I
Wow.
don't think so.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys need to have
Oh,
Dang.
maybe you were. We did create my bot. I forgot.
Well, it would be better.
I don't
I
think you were
mean,
on my bot. You weren't even on
I
my bot.
wasn't.
It still sounded
So
pretty good. So you
it'll
guys
still, yeah.
like don't feel like you can't start doing this without a bot, but obviously that is the goal. After this is you do create your bot sooner than later because it'll be
Yeah.
even
Well, I'll
better.
show you what you can do. If you have that, just
Yeah.
info. We'll call it the brand snapshot for now, but if you just have the info, what I would do is this. I would say, I would just take all this and paste it in. Like if you're using whatever tool you're using, this is just an example of Claude. So I would just paste it in. So it's kind of like the same info that your bot has, just a little bit less instructions, but it has the raw info. So we could try it here. And let's do this, right? One email, write the email newsletter in a format that I can copy and paste into my email system. See if that works. Write a line divider. No, I want to do give me at the start, give me 10 email subject line ideas to choose from that will grab or make them want to open the email. All right. And again, you can say like, if you want to see a couple formats, like you could say, give me 3 different email newsletters in different formats and styles for me to choose from. Like that's another cool, let's do that. Write 3 newsletter variations to choose from in different formats and styles. Okay. Let's just do that. The start of each one, right? Add a line divider between each one. Use headers and text styling to make it easy. Read and skim. There we go. That should be pretty good.
Copy that.
So we'll drop that in here.
And just so there was a question about Claude projects.
Mm-hmm.
Claude projects is like a ChatGPT app, correct?
It's like a custom GPT. Yeah, it's very similar.
Okay. Ooh, look at this. How we turn Barbara's personality into profit.
Ooh, I love that.
I like that one.
Boom. So you grab that. This is like so fun because now you're like from nothing to all these ideas. We can see here the content.
And this is like could almost be a blog post or a email newsletter.
Yeah.
I like that it's pretty short. I like keeping my email newsletter short.
All right. So the cool thing is that could be good, but maybe you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, what else could it be? So you could see a whole nother one that, maybe it's slightly different. And you could tell it like make each one a different length. So I could see different potential lengths. But that's the beauty of AI is like just seeing a bunch of ideas instantly. And if it understands the full context, now you're in business. You're the creative director at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, these are interesting. This is like a Q&A format. That's pretty wild, huh? Very different.
Yeah, it went into a Q&A format, which is
That's
weird.
unique.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of cool though to put at the bottom of an email or something.
It sparked some great questions. So I thought I'd share our Q&A. Like that's pretty cool.
Andrew, do you want to wrap everything up?
Yeah, I'd say like go look through that doc that I gave you. It has a lot of what we talked about today in here. And also the tools. Where is it? Obviously, I hope you'll dive into more of my content, delve in to some more of my bespoke content here. check that
Can I
out.
ask one last final question?
Yeah.
Treasure trove.
Okay.
What do you got?
This is the last thing we had on our list was like responding to client emails. Can I give you one of my recent leads? Could you run it through there and see what
Oh
it
yeah,
says? How I would respond to a lead?
sure. Yeah, let's try it out.
Does Claude have an app? I don't think they do.
Mobile app. Yeah.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do that.
Here, I have it here.
You want to just drop it on Messenger?
Yeah. I have it. I have it. Let's see.
This was fun, Meg. This was a really good workshop.
Thank you. I learned a ton. What do you guys think?
Good.
What were your favorite parts? What were your takeaways? Let Andrew know in the comments and stuff. And we're gonna wrap up with this last demo of a client email. Here, I was trying to find a real, yeah, there we go. Real inquiry. Here we go.
Yay, Jamie got the AI starter kit. Yay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you'll get
Congrats.
we got some good little tutorials and that brand snapshot tool in there, which is worth the cost of admission.
Overall, would you recommend ChatGPT or Claude? Do both work with your products?
Yeah, I like both. It changes every month. I would say at this moment, Claude's a little bit smarter, but at any point, ChatGPT could roll out with a better model and probably will later this year at the latest. So I would just keep an eye on both. What I do is I test on both all the time, but you can create a similar setup. So the bot is really fun on ChatGPT. On Claude, it's going to be over in projects, and it's a similar process. You just go and set it up, and you can upload files, and you can create one, name it. What are you trying to achieve? I'll just show you what that looks like.
Okay, here we go, Andrew. I'm pasting it in the chat when you're
And you
ready.
would, okay, cool. You
Fresh.
could just add content. You can upload or add text. I'll upload that TXT,
Okay, so
and
this
you can
person
do it
responded
there.
to you. Okay,
Okay, where is it?
in
It's
the
in the
chat.
chat. So this was a real inquiry I got in.
Um,
So how would I write an email back to her to just respond in an email with next steps to booking her brand photo shoot?
okay. Let's try using your bot. Okay, so this is where I get lazy, or like I guess the very fast way to prompt would be like, one, review this email I received from a client. What is that, a potential client?
Yeah.
Two, you want to what?
Let's say her name is Anne. Her name is Anne, and I want to respond to her an email, her inquiry. This was her inquiry to work with me. I want to respond back with enthusiasm and excitement of or enthusiasm, and I want to come off as professional, and
You're probably good. It's gonna handle it.
I don't know. I want to respond and tell her next steps for booking me.
Okay. I want to respond with next steps to book
Book her brand photo shoot.
her brand photo shoot. I can say like, give me 3 ideas for an email to
Response.
reply.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here is the email. So I try to think it's helps your brain to be like 1, 2, 3. I just start doing that when I prompt.
Yeah, I haven't been writing my prompts this way, but I like that you're doing that.
And this is
Good
for like
idea.
quick things, right?
That's actually something I say beyond excited. That's exactly what I say. How does it know that? And
It's plugged
absolutely
in.
love. That's so me.
Your website.
Helping women in midlife embrace a new future and nurturing meaningful relationships is so inspiring. Your website deserves images that not only capture your passion, but speak directly to your audience hearts. I love that it's personalizing it based on what she said. We can set up a time to meet. I would just add in on Zoom and dive into your vision, target audience. Awesome.
A few
Look at that.
I would do like, try again with this feedback. And as I read it, I'll just kind of like list things like, we'll meet on Zoom. What else was it? Like more in my, I don't know. I usually have to say like more in my
Let's say that
voice.
I've attached my pricing and services guide. Add that in because I would usually do that. And then I'd usually send a link to book a chat, like use my link to book a chat.
I'll give them a link to book what, via Zoom?
Yeah, a Zoom chat.
Any other feedback? You could look through the other ones too to see if anything else was kind of off. So it's giving you ideas. It didn't know, so it'll make stuff up, right? And maybe that's where you
So the
say
one
like,
thing is I
actually.
wouldn't talk about the details of their shoot on that initial call. I don't talk about that until they book. That's a key thing in the sales process. But so I would just change it to after you book, we'll have a call where we discuss the details. And then
After they pay or book, like,
yeah, after they book, then we'll have a planning call. But this is like, so
the goal of the Zoom call is discuss their needs or something.
actually, no, this is right. The brand vision, we talk about that on the sales call, audience and the vibe you're going for. No, this is right. Actually, I didn't really fully.
Okay. Well, I would just do this then. Like, I mean, this is how I kind of do it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, first shot was like almost there. Let's give it a little bit of feedback and it'll kind of just tweak it slightly. Now, I did tell it to write more in my brand voice, so it's going to change the tone quite a bit. So maybe you like the one before it. I
Oh,
don't know.
Of
this is
course,
great.
always
No, I like this
take
one.
edits. You like that one?
Yeah, I like this one. And then here's a link to schedule a
Mhm.
chat whenever works best for you. Can't wait to hear all about your plans and start crafting something that truly speaks to your audience. That sounds great.
Looking good. Yeah. I mean, you got 3 to choose from. So that's how I work. I'm like, give me some options. I'm gonna sit back, sip
That's
a cup of
perfect.
coffee and pick the one I like.
Totally. Thank you for that. That was the last thing I definitely wanted to cover because I know sometimes just responding to client emails and inquiries
Yeah.
can be a lot for photographers. And um Paige just has a tech question, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "How are you entering down to the next line? When I do that, it sends it and I
Oh
get
yeah.
annoyed."
It's a hard
Oh,
one to
shift.
return.
Yeah, hold down shift.
Shift. Thank you, Steffi. Steffi answered shift and enter on a
And
Mac.
then someone asked, how about Windows? I have no idea. I haven't had a Windows
Oh,
computer in a
I think it's the
Yeah.
same.
Same? Is it same?
Yeah,
Command.
there's some keyboard shortcuts that let's
I
say
literally just Googled it. Like
uh,
how to look at this on Windows.
let's do
It says pressing the enter or return on a keyboard.
yeah,
Yeah.
I also do on a Mac. You can like go back and forth on these lines, which I do all the time. On a Mac, it's a command left right.
Mm-hmm.
On a PC, it's what option, I think. So that's a good one. I mean, shifts, like, yeah, little tricks like that save some time. But
Awesome.
yeah, on this is huge. Shift and enter will give you that option.
Perfect. Shift. Yeah, it's the little things that save time. If anybody can come on camera for a quick photo, no worries if not, but if you can, I would love to see your beautiful face and we'll take a little selfie before we wrap up. Thanks for being here. This is awesome. Okay. Everyone ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Yay.
The Zoom selfies. I'll try to tag as many of you as I can in case you want to repost. Thank you so much, Andrew. Where can we find you on Instagram, both of you, so that you guys can reach out, say hello to them, follow them, share what were your biggest takeaways with Steph and Andrew from today? And if you have any more questions, you can ask them there. What are your Instas?
Yeah,
my
I'd say go ahead.
my Insta is Steffi_Lane_. So you can follow me there. Andrew, go ahead.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'd say follow Design Hacker. I'm going to be more active on that one,
Yeah,
sharing a lot of this stuff. And also just go to designhacker.com. All my links are there. I've got a podcast and doing some stuff on YouTube, and I'm just sharing a lot more, like getting back in the teaching mode. I've been in the cave doing all this for a couple of years. So definitely follow my journey if you want to learn more about this stuff, because there's so much more to share.
yeah. Andrew wanted this to be like a 10-hour workshop, and he could have made it a 10-hour workshop. And I was like,
Easy.
let's focus in on the things I can start doing to level, boost your AI game, content game. And then make sure everybody save that link because this is where you can go to find more from Andrew and Steph. And I know you have a freebie, Andrew. Is it on that link?
Yeah, that whole 10 tips that we went through today
Yeah.
is going to be that link. You're not going to find that on the site
Okay.
right now. So there's other stuff on the website you can check out, but that special link, you'll want to get that from Meg.
Yeah. Here you guys go. I'll send in the email with the replay too. Definitely grab this and I mean, start using AI better, And I know for me, it's like not always easy to start learning a new thing, but knowing that this is going to save you a lot of time once you get the hang of it. And anything takes time to learn, any new skill. So I think following everything you taught us today, Andrew, and these tips is going to be really is something that we should definitely prioritize in our marketing is learning this. Absolutely. Because it's not going away. It's only going to get,
Like the best skill to learn right now.
And
yeah,
I would
it is.
say one action tip for everyone is make sure you go get the I can't ever say it, ChatGPT app right now on your phone and just start practicing communicating with it through voice memo. That's like the best way. I love that
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
I love that.
Awesome. Meg, thank you. This was so fun, Meg. And I love that your crowd was pretty advanced. So we got a little more in the weeds. I was a little worried to have to like try to cover the basics, which I get bored with really fast.
I
So
know. This was great. No, I thought this was perfect. And I was able to follow because you're a great teacher. So thank you. And thank you,
perfect.
Steph, for being here.
Of course. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.